Steve Townsend. Some of you were there at that promotion. And Steve's our newest four-star officer in the Army. Steve has got a long pedigree of tremendous combat experience, a tremendous talent, a man of great character. And I'm not going to repeat everything I said at his promotion. But this is a guy that I have known for well over 20, almost 25 years now. This is a guy who has incredible competence, he's got tremendous intellect, and he's got extraordinary experience. And I have no doubt that he is going to take TRADOC to the next level. He possesses everything we want in a four-star general, and I can tell you that TRADOC and the Army are very, very, very lucky to have Steve Townsend take command. He is a warrior scholar in the true sense. He is an extraordinarily humble man. He's not at all full of himself, and many of you may or may not know his personal story. As a young child, he was born to a German mother and an Afghan father, and they unfortunately couldn't keep their child, and they put Steve up for adoption. And as luck would have it, Steve's mother, Geraldine, and his father, then a sergeant first class in the United States Army, were serving in Germany. Steve's father has passed, but he's looking on down at us right now, and he's enormously proud as well. And they adopted Steve, and they brought him to Georgia. And the rest of it's history. They raised an incredible young man who matriculated at North Georgia College, and he's done all the things you would ever expect of an officer commissioned out of the infantry in the United States Army. A platoon leader in the 505th, in fights in Operation Urgent Fury in Grenada. Then he's in the Rangers in Just Cause, also in the Rangers in Haiti. He serves as a battalion commander in the early days of Afghanistan in Operation Anaconda, a brigade commander of a Stryker brigade in Iraq, deputy commanding general of the 101st Airborne Division in Afghanistan, the commanding general of the 10th Mountain Division in combat in Iraq, and then the corps commander of 18th Airborne Corps, also in Iraq. A guy who's served in combat from the time he was a lieutenant until today. A guy who has served in 4 different highly elite and highly trained infantry regiments. A guy who served in 5 different divisions and special operations forces. This is a guy who has 68 months of combat. 68 months of combat. 5.5 years. Longer than World War II lasted. This is a guy who has enormous amounts of experience. But what distinguishes Steve is his character. This is a guy who's enormously humble. This is a guy who is not afraid to speak truth to power, and he does it with class, he does it with professionalism, he doesn't do it with a chip on his shoulder, but he nevertheless always gets his message across. So in Steve Townsend, TRADOC has a commander who has an enormous reputation with the President of the United States, with the Secretary of Defense, with the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and every single one of us in the Army at the 4-star level, 3-star level, 2-star, 1-star colonels. This is a guy who has total confidence and total trust of the entire system. But like Dave, Steve didn't get here alone. 35 years ago, he met Melissa, and they have been together leading America's soldiers and their families through peace and war. And so to Melissa, we say thank you for your past sacrifice and your past service. We know how much you've done over the years, and thank you also for raising 2 wonderful sons, both of whom have chosen to put on the cloth of their country as well, with Tyler, who's sitting down here in the front as an engineer captain, who's about to get assigned to the 10th Mountain Division, and Evan, who's currently over in Germany, who served 2 tours in combat in Afghanistan as a medic with the 1st Battalion, 75th Rangers. So to the entire Townsend family, we say congratulations. We say thank you for your continued service, and we say how very proud we are. So for me to say goodbye to Dave Perkins, to see him leave TRADOC, we extended him for a year, because I needed all the help I could get. For me, it's a sad day to say goodbye to Dave Perkins, but it's also a happy day to say hello to Steve Townsend here at TRADOC. And so I guess in the words of Charles Dickens, it's sort of the best of times and the worst of times for all of us to say goodbye to the Perkinses, but it's the best of times to say hello to the Townsends.